Hockney's Pictures is one of the most ambitious publications ever dedicated to David Hockney, bringing together decades of artistic production in a visual and conceptual journey that goes far beyond a simple catalog. The book functions as a kind of visual autobiography, in which images, studies, paintings, collages, drawings, photographs, and digital experiments intertwine to reveal not only the evolution of the artist's aesthetics, but also his singular way of seeing the world. If this content is useful to you, leave a like to support the channel and consider purchasing the book through the link in the description. It helps a lot to keep this project alive. From the very first pages, it becomes clear that the central focus of the book is not to organize Hockney's career in a rigid chronological order, but rather to present his works as continuous manifestations of an investigation: how to represent reality, how to translate space, time, memory, and perception into images. This approach transforms the book into a visual essay about the very act of seeing. One of the great strengths of Hockney's Pictures lies in the way it exposes the artist's permanent restlessness. Hockney has never been content to master a single style and repeat it indefinitely. On the contrary, each phase of his career seems to arise from the need to solve a specific visual problem. In his early years, we find human figures marked by expressive lines, influenced by European modern art and echoes of Expressionism. Later come the famous Californian scenes with swimming pools, sunlit interiors, and landscapes bathed in vibrant colors. These images, often associated with pop aesthetics, reveal something deeper than a simple celebration of Californian hedonism. They demonstrate Hockney's interest in light, transparency, reflection, and spatial composition. The swimming pool, for example, is not merely a decorative element, but a visual laboratory for studying refraction, surface, movement, and depth. The book also highlights the importance of drawing as the foundation of all of Hockney's production. Even in his most colorful and exuberant works, one can perceive a solid structure built from line. Hockney has always defended drawing as an essential form of thinking, a direct means of recording visual ideas before they even become finished images. In Hockney's Pictures, numerous sketches and studies reveal this process, offering the reader rare access to the artist's creative mind. Another fundamental axis of the book is Hockney's relationship with photography. Far from using it merely as an auxiliary tool, he transforms it into a field of aesthetic experimentation. His famous photographic collages, composed of dozens or hundreds of combined images, challenge traditional perspective by presenting multiple points of view simultaneously. The book explores these experiments as part of a conscious attempt to break away from the heritage of Renaissance perspective, which Hockney considers limited for representing the complexity of human vision. This critique of single-point perspective runs throughout much of the book. For Hockney, we perceive the world in motion, with our eyes scanning space and accumulating impressions over time. A static image constructed from a single viewpoint would therefore be an excessive simplification of real experience. His works, especially large-scale ones, attempt to capture this perceptual multiplicity. Hockney's Pictures also devotes special attention to landscapes, a genre that occupies a central position in the artist's maturity. Trees, roads, hills, and fields are represented with intense colors and rhythmic, almost musical structures. These landscapes do not seek photographic realism, but rather a kind of sensory truth, in which color, form, and rhythm convey the emotional experience of a place. Another striking aspect of the book is Hockney's dialogue with art history. He does not present himself as an isolated creator, but as someone in constant conversation with artists of the past. References to masters such as Van Gogh, Picasso, Cézanne, and others appear both explicitly and implicitly. Yet this dialogue is never servile. Hockney absorbs, transforms, and reinterprets, creating something deeply personal. The book also explores the artist's interest in technology. Long before digital art became dominant, Hockney was already experimenting with tablets, drawing software, and digital printing. The book shows how he incorporated these tools into his visual vocabulary without abandoning traditional media. For Hockney, technology does not replace artistic sensitivity, it expands the possibilities of expression. From an editorial standpoint, Hockney's Pictures is impressive in its graphic quality. High-resolution reproductions, faithful colors, and excellent printing allow the reader to observe details of texture, brushwork, and composition. The graphic design favors immersion, alternating full-page images with denser, almost cinematic sequences. More than presenting isolated works, the book constructs a visual narrative about creative persistence. It shows an artist who, over decades, has kept his curiosity intact. Even after achieving worldwide recognition, Hockney continues to test, fail, restart, and reinvent himself. Another relevant point is the accessible tone of the publication. Although profound, the book is not hermetic. It invites both specialists and beginners to explore the images, encouraging careful observation. It is not a book that is exhausted in a single reading. Each return reveals new relationships, details, and interpretations. Hockney's Pictures can also be seen as a passionate defense of painting in a world increasingly dominated by fast, disposable images. For Hockney, looking requires time. Painting requires even more. The book, with its physical weight and visual abundance, reinforces this idea. It is an object meant to be browsed slowly, almost like a contemplative walk. In the end, the lasting feeling is that we have followed not only the trajectory of an artist, but the development of a way of thinking visually. The book shows that, for Hockney, art is not just a final result, but a continuous process of investigation. Each image is a question, not a definitive answer. An additional aspect that makes Hockney's Pictures particularly valuable is its ability to inspire artists at different stages of their careers. For beginners, the book reveals the importance of constant practice and fearless experimentation. For more experienced artists, it serves as a reminder that creative stagnation is a choice, not an inevitability, and that new visual paths can always be opened. Furthermore, the publication reinforces the idea that there is no contradiction between tradition and innovation. Hockney demonstrates that it is possible to engage deeply with art history while using contemporary tools to expand visual language. This hybrid stance makes the book a reference not only aesthetically, but also philosophically. In short, Hockney's Pictures is an essential work for anyone interested in painting, drawing, photography, art history, and above all, the act of seeing. It is a book that celebrates human curiosity and reaffirms the power of images as a form of thought. If you enjoyed this analysis, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check the link in the description to purchase the book at a discount and support the content. Thank you very much for watching until the end.